So I've made my website kind of the spot where all of these are getting archived now. So you don't have to scroll through your Facebook pages to look for details or scroll through your emails or anything like that. You can just go to my website and it'll be a landing page for all the details. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible for everyone to be able to be with us. So welcome this morning on this beautiful last day of March. Let's get going. Find a place to do your first 5 minutes of breathing. You're either going to be reclining on your mat, or you could choose to be seated upright. Whatever feels most, beneficial for you today. And as you get yourself settled, just do some nice, long, slow breathing. Perhaps your eyes are closed. You are reorienting your awareness inward. They use the word literacy when they talk about our ability to have competency around language, or they use physical literacy when they're talking about our knowledge of our bodies and how to use our bodies. And in yoga, we're also trying to develop our internal literacy. We are trying to have a capacity to be able to decode and understand and communicate with the messages and communication that comes from our bodies. I want to consider today that natural tendency, the natural universal law, I guess, of our bodies to cooperate and collaborate. Our cells communicate with each other. Our internal organs each cooperate, doing a part of a process to support the other ones. Our bones give our structure support. Our muscles create our container and give us strength. Each piece doing its part in a collective whole. And we look at nature the same way. There is a giving and receiving in nature. Even the competition that does exist has an overarching collaboration to it, keeping balance in all the different parts of the ecosystem. And we will be thinking for the next hour this morning about having trust in that, having trust that we must give to receive, that we must receive in order to be able to give. And so just allowing yourself to deepen your breath as we prepare to add movement. So let's go from that lying down position today. If you are upright, if you're seated upright, then allow yourself to recline down on your mat. Draw your right knee in towards your chest, give it a squeeze. Let's stretch the heel all the way up to the ceiling and rotate that leg in the sky. There's a knee bend again, squeezing it in. Pressing that foot back down into the floor. Breathing in the left knee. Squeezing that knee in towards your chest. Stretching the heel up to the sky, pulling the toes down towards you and rotating the thigh bone in the hip socket, the foot in the air. Draw that knee back into center and give it a nice squeeze. And let the foot land back down on the mat. The heels can walk up closer to your bum, toes point away. Drop your hands down beside your hips. So pick up your shoulders up to the sky and then relax them back down to the floor. Roll the shoulders under your back. Pressing into the soles of the feet and the palms of the hand. Allow your hips to lift up off the ground. And then slowly release them back down to the mat. Lift them up to the sky. And slowly release them back down to the ground. Nice. There's a nice extension happening through the front side of the body. Use big breath here to just open up the front side of the body and let it land back down again. Let's just do one more. And when the spine lands back down on the ground, the knees can come into chest. Wrap your hands around the tops of your shins and just rock side to side. Some of you might be on carpet. The floor might feel soft enough to rock head to tail. You feel free to allow that massage of your spine, if that would be good. And then gently we'll draw ourselves up to a seated position. If you do have a block or prop or something you want to pop under your bum, then feel free if those props are available to you. Shoulders lift up to ears from that seated position, and then they draw down your back. Feel the distance between the sit bone and the crown of your head. Perhaps your eyes gaze downward or even close. Just feel your breath in this position just oscillate between the tailbone and the crown. Long and slow. You're feeling that breath drop down into the bowl of your pelvis and lift back up to the crown of your head. And then drop your hands down beside you. Let's inhale them all the way up to the sky. Clasp the hands, roll the hands to the ceiling. And then as you bring the palms forward, let your back arch. And then as you take those hands back up to the ceiling, lift your chest. So you're breathing out, arching the back, and breathing in, lifting the chest. And just notice whatever range of motion there feels supportive. Notice when it gets tight, either when you're lifting or when you're rounding. The elbows can be wider if the shoulders are tighter today. They can be straighter up if the shoulders feel okay. Nice. And then as you come up to the ceiling, let the fingers let go of each other and come down. Yeah. Take the right hand, and I want you to sort of sweep it around to the left hand and then arch it over the head. Take the left hand, sweep it around to the right hand and arch it over the head. Yeah, right and left. You're just doing a side bend and a reach. You'll feel that a bit as a twist. Opening up that side body. A little bit more fluidity in our movement. You're just finding whatever sort of flow feels good in your body. Don't get too tied up in the particulars. And then let that go. I'd like you to just release that cross and stretch the heels out wide. The fingers can come up to the sky again. Let's face the right leg and lean left. So it's the similar movement through the side body. Just a little bit deeper with our legs uncrossed. Allow the flow of blood through your body. Flow of blood, the flow of breath. Yeah. Nice. So when you come back to center here, release those hands down beside you and then bring your heels forward. You can tuck them in, bringing the heels towards your bum. Sit nice and tall. Let's try our boat pose. Shoulders roll down the back. Start with your hands behind your thighs, leaning back, lifting those toes. You can be choosing right now to be doing it one heel at a time. Yep. Keep the chest lifted, the shoulders relaxed. Perhaps you're letting go of the hands. You're taking deep breaths here. Slow, long, easy breaths. We're building up some of the work in our bodies. Nice work. And release that down. When your feet hit the floor, you can roll over onto your hands and knees. Knees underneath hands. Sorry, how about I say that again? Knees underneath hips. Hands underneath shoulders. And then just begin your cat-cow. Think about the cooperation of the bones and muscles of the spine. There's bones protecting the whole spinal column, the nervous system of the body. There's discs that separate each bone. There's tiny muscles that hold each one to the one below and the one above. And just allow your breath to flow, enforcing those cooperative properties, enforcing the collaboration that exists all the way through that spinal column. Allow your breath to be deep and full. And then release back to just hands and knees. Your toes can touch behind you. Your knees can be right underneath your hips, and then just sink your bum backwards. And then slide those hands towards the front edge of your mat. Lift back up again and sink your hips towards the floor. Lift them up again and slide them backwards. With the hands forward, they might not go as far back. That's okay. Lift up, sink down. And just allow yourself to flow here in whatever feels okay today. Let yourself do one or two more of those. And then lift back up. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Good. Side plank. I'm going to drop into my right hand, right knee. You just choose what side works best for you. Extending the opposite leg down to the end of your mat. Reach the top hand to the sky. Choose if you could lift that top leg. Yeah. Stretch your breath out in all four directions. Reach it through your back heel. Stretch it through the crown of your head. Ground into the bottom palm. Lift through the top fingers. Breathe. 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 Nice work. As your hands and knee land back down onto the ground, allow yourself to go to the other side, stretching that back leg, the top leg out behind you. lifting the top shoulder and top hand towards the sky. Choose if you lift that top leg. Decide even where you might look. Your gaze can be down or your gaze can be up. Stretch through the top fingers, stretch through the bottom hand. Reach your breath through the heel, reach your breath through the crown. Exhale and release. Hands and knees land back down on the mat. Let your back toes curl under. Let's find our first downward dog of the day. Slow lift of the hips. Letting your head hang down between your elbows. Gently paddle your heels right and left, right and left. Let the hips sway. Allow the chest to fall back towards the thighs. Perhaps the knee bend is deeper as you just investigate how long your spine could be here. Breathe. And then bring your feet, walking them towards your hands. We'll come up really slowly. So just look down at your feet, landing them down beside each other, spreading the toes wide. Allow your hands to slide back up onto your shins, stretching the spine into that long, flat, parallel line. The shoulders take a roll down the back. And I love the feeling of extending the front line of your body. Just feeling like somehow between the hip bones and the collarbones, you've created more space. There's this lengthening happening. You can feel the muscles of your back body drawing inward. They're contracting and lifting and supporting your open chest. Beautiful. Gentle bend into your knees. And then inhale the fingers all the way up to the sky. Nice. Drop those hands back down to your heart. Let's do 3 sun salutations. Okay, so they're going to be slow. Inhale the fingers all the way up to the sky. Exhale for a long, slow forward fold. Press your hands into the shins and lengthen the spine into tabletop. Take a deep exhale, bend your knees, hands to the floor. Let's step back to plank. When you breathe in, just reinforce and lengthen your plank. You're welcome to be on your knees. Slowly lower on your exhale down towards the floor, planting your body, uncurling your toes. Next time you find an inhale, this is where the chest lifts. Little cobra. Exhale to release. We'll just do 1. Back toes curl under, hands press into the floor. Push yourself to downward dog. You can go through hands and knees if that feels good for you today. Breathe. Paddle your heels. Sway your hips. Press the tailbone to the sky. You're allowing your head to hang off the end of your spine, just letting it drop between your elbows. Pressing the index finger and the thumb into the mat. Gaze forward. Walk the feet to the hands. Slide the palms onto your shins and stretch the spine in a long straight line. Gorgeous. Exhale, fingers to the floor. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, drop them down to your heart. Let's just do a check-in. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Allow the soles of your feet to rest into the floor. Feel the muscles of your legs. Just trust and relax for a moment. Next time you find an inhale, bring your hands to the sky. Next time you exhale, long fold forward. Breathe in for your half lift. Breathe out to connect your hands to the floor and step to plank. Breathe in to lengthen and strengthen that plank. Breathe out, lowering yourself to the floor. Breathe in, finding the little back bend, the little cobra. Releasing that on your exhale. Toes curl under, breath in to lift up. Breath out to finish landing in your downward dog. Yeah. Perhaps some deep knee bends here. Some reaching chest back to thighs. Finding that long stretch of spine. Gaze to thumbs, knees bend. Walk your feet forward. Flatten your back. Release the fingers towards the floor. Inhale, hands to sky. Dropping them down to your heart. We'll do another couple breaths here as a check-in. Good. Inhale, hands to sky. Nice deep forward fold. Inhale to lengthen and stretch the spine parallel. Deep knee bend, hands plant, plank. Stretch the crown of your head forward and push through the heels. Really love that pose before you allow yourself to release back down to the mat. Choosing what you'd like to do for a back bend, you can lift higher than a cobra if that's feeling good for you today. Nice. And relax, chest to floor. Back toes curl under, hands and knees all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. Push through the tailbone. Press the hands into the ground. The hands and feet feel like they're pushing the ground away from you, and the rest of your body floats higher to the sky. Nice. Gaze to your thumbs, bend your knees, and let the feet walk towards the hands. Slide the hands up onto the shins and lengthen that spine to parallel. Beautiful. Long front side of the body. Exhale, bending the knees. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, dropping your hands to your heart. Last check-in. Check in with your breath. Check in with the fluidity of movement of that breath in your body. The collaboration and coordination of all your bones and muscles, all your cells in order to get this blood flow moving, this energy flowing through your body. Nice work. We step back with our right foot. Push that heel down into the floor. Yeah. And then bend into your left knee, inhaling those hands to sky. Draw the shoulders down your back. Lengthen up through those hands. Push the back heel down into the floor and stretch your left knee forward. Pull the arms into the shoulder sockets, the shoulder blades reaching down towards the floor. Breathe. Lightness in your head, lightness in your fingertips. Good work. And then a tiny back bend here. So just let the fingers slowly slide backwards. Breathe. Breathe. One more breath. And then exhale, hands come to heart. Like you just stretch the body straight forward and begin to drape it over top of that front knee. Yeah, keep the back heel connected. Tuck your chin into your chest. Allow the top of your head to drop towards the floor. Breathe here. Some of you might be starting to think, I could probably touch my nose to my knee. Maybe your forehead to your knee. Maybe you need to get your hands out of the way and just let them stretch back behind you. That's all right. Good. We uncurl this by just bringing the chin away from the chest and stretching the crown of your head forward to the top edge of your mat. Find that nice long spine. Push into the feet and then bring the tall spine all the way up again. Good work. That one's really good for the digestive system. It's like we squish it all in and then we open it back up again. Straighten your front knee. Lengthen all the way up. Your hands can stay on your hips to start. And then as you fold, think of the hip crease folding. where the top of the leg bone goes into the socket of the hips. Fold, fold forward. Yeah, as soon as your front leg says to stop, stop there. Stretch forward. Good. So allow your chin to draw in towards your chest. Feel the back of your neck lengthen. And then soften through the upper spine. You're rolling the body down towards that front leg. You can let go of your hands at any point. They can come down onto the leg or perhaps onto the floor. You're rolling the forehead towards the knee. It's a much different pose with the legs straight. Most of us won't go near as far. Good. Tuck them out. We uncurl chin from chest. Lengthen crown of the head so that the spine feels parallel to the floor. Draw hands back up to hips. Press into the feet. And inhale to come all the way up. Nice work. Shoulders relax down the back. So all I'd like you to do now is take your right foot and open it to the long edge of your mat. I'll change which side I'm on. Yeah. Right foot open to the long edge of your mat. And then tip your hips to the back edge of your mat. Let the left side body feel like it's lengthening out over the left leg. Stretch the left fingers long. Reach there. Reach. Yeah. And when you can't reach further, just let the front fingers drop down to the inside of the leg. Use those fingers pressing gently on the inside of the leg to help you feel like you open your chest a bit more. And then once that feels open, that top hand can extend, if it wants, to the sky. Yeah. Beautiful, juicy breaths here. Feel how it's stretching into all these new corners of the body. Gorgeous. Firm press into the feet. Draw yourself all the way back up. Nice work. Hands come to hips. Okay, now we're going to turn that right foot forward again so that you're facing the front edge of your mat. Folding over a front leg that is straight. We'll do reverse triangle. So lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale, fold yourself forward, keeping the spine long and flat. Both hands can fall to the front leg. Yeah. Think of the distance between your collarbones and the hips here. Can you find as much distance there as possible? Even the bottom rib pulls away from the pelvis. Let's keep right hand on the leg, bring left hand to low back, and slowly draw the left shoulder up towards the sky. So you can stay looking down. You can turn your head to the side. Some of you might even turn your head to the sky. Maybe you'll let that top arm float to the ceiling. Breathe. Beautifully drop the fingers back down to the front shin. Inhale the hands all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, drop your hands down and step forward with that back foot. Nice work. Okay, so other side. We're going to step back with our left foot now. Left foot drops back behind you and that right knee bends. Finding warrior one, shoulders draw down the back. Front knee reaches forward, back heel stretches back, fingers reach to the sky. Breathe. Yeah. There's this distance that you're creating between the front knee reaching and the back heel pushing into the ground. This distance between the top fingers extending to the sky and the feet softening into the floor. Breathe. We'll bring the hands to start to the chest. The chin rolls in towards the chest. The back of the neck gets long. We start to curl the body downward. So here the bottom rib starts to press in towards the hips. The gaze comes to the knee. If you want to release those hands, bring them out beside you. Rolling slowly, steadily. Eyes, nose, forehead towards knee. Firm press into the feet. Start by just drawing chin away from chest. Pull the crown of your head forward. Lengthen the front side of your body again. Beautiful work. Push into the feet and then press the spine all the way up to the sky. Nice work. Straighten that front leg. Good. Hands to hips. Feel the distance between the tailbone and the crown. Keep your shoulders soft. Lengthen. And as you fold forward, we go as far as we can, tipping the hips. The front leg will tell us when to stop. It stays straight. As soon as the hips don't want to go anymore, then draw your chin to chest, opening up the back of your neck. Slowly draw the upper spine down. Your gaze is at your knee. If it's easier for you to drop hands to the leg or fingertips to the floor, go ahead. If there's a wall near you, you want to just give yourself a tiny bit of balance, go ahead. Breathe. Your intention is the same. You're just letting the forehead or the nose come as close to the knee as it feels comfortable. We're squishing in all those organs for a moment. Really opening up the backs of the legs. And then press firm into the feet. Lengthen the spine. Find a way for it to be parallel to the floor again. The crown of your head reaching forward. The front line of your body opening up. Good. Hands can come back to hips with that straight spine and feet leading you through pushing through the floor. Lift all the way back up. Nice work. Your back leg turns and opens. Your left leg. Yeah? The hips kick left. The fingers reach right. Go as far as you can. Stretch here, stretch. When you can't go further, this bottom hand drops down. Top arm, top shoulder, it all tries to open up this side body. Yeah. And once the side body feels like it turns and opens a little bit more, perhaps that hand can raise. Nice. Breathe. 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 Good. We come up through this through strength of legs. So try not to haul yourself up through shoulders and neck. Press through feet. Strengthen legs. Push through those legs and have that movement of pelvis slide you all the way up. Good work. Okay, we're turning the back toes in again. We're facing the front edge of the mat. Lengthening up through the crown of your head. We'll find revolved triangle now. Hands on hips. Lengthen, and that flat back folds forward. Good. Hands can drop down to the front leg. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the back body. Let the chin and nose point to the floor. The right hand draws into the low back. Left fingers can be on the outside of that bottom leg. Open the front side of the body, then begin to turn and open the chest to the right side of your mat. Remember, you can look wherever you need to, down to the side wall or to the sky. Opening here. Keep your breath flowing. Keep your breath working in the body. Yeah, exhale, both hands come back down to that front shin. Inhale, sweep them all the way up to the sky and release. Yeah. Both sets of toes turn and to the long edge of your mat. I want to just let them point out a little bit to start. Yeah. Hands can come somewhere on the thighs. We're going to bend into that right knee and bend into the left knee. Yeah. Couple of sways back and forth there, and then let your stance be wider. Good. And then couple back and forth there. Good. Now can you let your stance be wider one more time? And then back and forth there. Good. Back to center. Arms open nice and wide. Fingers pull to the wall behind you. Chest lifts, Open the chest to the sky. Let your chin float upwards. 5-pointed star, little back bend. Breathe. Breathe. Good. Close your palms in towards your heart. Find the spine nice, long, and straight. Now we're going to find the distance of our legs that feels most supportive. So my toes will point forward here. Perhaps my legs come in a little bit closer. Breathe. Sweep your hands and connect them behind your back. The fingers lace together, the thumbs draw down. Now this is an effort of pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears without flaring the bottom ribs forward. Okay, so notice that tendency in your body to want to flare that chest forward. Good. Keep the chin and neck soft and then let yourself fold. Deep, beautiful forward bend there. Yeah. At some point, perhaps you'll allow the thumbs to leave. Let's allow the bottom ribs to draw in towards the belly, to draw in towards the hips, sort of doing that condensing of the organs again. Pulling the thumbs towards the ceiling, and then dropping the thumbs back down to the low back, lengthening the front side of the body, allowing the organs lots of space again, and then all the way up to the sky. Good work. Hands release. And we'll draw the right foot and right toes out to point to the side, and then sink the knee out over top of that right ankle. Choose what you might want to do with that back leg. You can widen or shorten your stance here. Remember, your goal is to create a front shin that's perpendicular to the ground. Shoulders soften, arms lift. Good. Reach through the fingers. Often in Warrior Two, we'll see people really stretching forward. I want you to imagine someone's got your back fingers and they're drawing your back fingers towards the back end of your mat until your spine is parallel. So feel that pull through the back fingers and feel your front knee being drawn forward. Yeah. Couple deep fluid breaths there. If you want to rest your gaze somewhere, turn your eyes to rest over your right middle fingernail. 2 more breaths. Nice. Backhand falls. Right fingers lift, really let your breath flow through that side body. Inhale, pulling yourself back up. Yes, stretch to that Warrior Two. Straighten the front leg. Both sets of toes point forward. And then we'll do the same on the left side. So whatever movement you need to make in your body to let the left toes point to the end of the mat and let that left knee reach forward. Good. Finding the stance that works best on this side to keep the left shin parallel to the ground. Roll the shoulders down the back, let the arms float up. Now just play with that tendency. Play with that tendency to lean forward and imagine someone pulling those back fingers, right fingers towards the end of the mat, and at the same time the left knee reaching. Yeah. Feel your breath there. Turn your head, gazing over the left middle fingernail. 2 more breaths. Sweet. Backhand falls to the back thigh. Let's open those fingers up to the sky. You're breathing into the left ribs. Sliding the backhand down the back of the leg. Firm press into the feet. Inhale the spine back up. Float your arms to Warrior Two. And straighten your front leg. Yeah. Both sets of toes point forward. Hands to the hips. 1 more forward fold. Lengthen. Forward fold. Your hands could be on the hips. They're welcome to drop to a prop or the floor. You can put a bend in your knee if that supports your length. You can allow the head to fall off the end of the spine if that feels good in your body today. Grip into the soles of your feet. Lift your spine parallel to the floor. You're really trying to find the long flat of the back. Hands to hips. Perhaps there's a knee bend, and bring your spine all the way up. Good work. Heel toe those feet together. Yeah. Feet come together. Toes touching. Heels can be a little bit apart if they want. Spine slides down an imaginary wall. Your knees will pop out over your toes. Good. Shoulders relax down the back. Chin parallel to the floor. Thighs squeezing together. Drop your hands down. And as you float the arms up, you're not allowing the rib cage to come with you. Reach through the fingers. Soften the chin. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Nice work. Yeah. Firm press into the feet. Inhale, let yourself lift all the way up. And there's the deep fold forward. Nice. Hands to shins. Long, flat back again. Yeah. Bend into the knees. Let yourself inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, let's find a balanced pose today. Letting the left foot start to take your weight. Roll the shoulders down your back. Feel the crown of your head tall. And your right knee starts to rise. Heel picks up off the floor. Knee lifts up in front of you. Fingers come to the inside of that knee and you open it wide. Yeah, maybe the toes are still on the floor. That's fine too. Counterbalance can happen with this opposite hand. Breathe. Yeah, feel the stability there. Let your breath flow through your body. Find a place where you have balance and control. Knee comes to center. Land it back down. Find balance between your right and your left side. Relax shoulders and neck. Yeah. Right foot stays connected. Left knee starts to lift. Yeah. Pulling that left knee up in front of you. Fingertips can come to the inside of that knee. And there's a nice opening. Perhaps they're counterbalancing with the opposite hand. Wherever you are, toe on floor, toe lifted, you're in a place where your body finds balance and control, where your breath still feels really open and fluid. You can feel the strength and support of your bones. You can feel the muscles doing a really dynamic dance right now. Coordinating and communicating with each other to find the best way to support you. Drawing that knee together, down to center and the floor. Release the hand. Nice work. Last 15 minutes on the floor. Stand, face the front edge of your mat. Exhale. Before we move down, take this moment to just tune into your standing upright body. Communication of cells. The coordination and cooperation of your organs with each other. The structural support of the skeleton, the strength, the flexibility, the movement of your muscles. The flow of energy through your body, the flow of blood and lymph through your body. Just feel it all with breath. Your whole practice today designed to just increase the trust and cooperation each body part has with the others. And then inhale, the fingers come all the way up to the sky. Exhale for that deep forward fold, hands to land on legs. Stretch the spine into a long straight line. Deepen your knee bend, plant your hands, step back to your plank pose. Reach the body forward, drop to knees if your body needs you to, and release to the floor. Hips plant, toes uncurl. Maybe a couple of little cobras here. Shoulders roll down the back, nose points to floor, and release. Do 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. As your body lands back on the ground, crisscross your arms. Let your forehead land. Bring the toes and heels up to the sky and sway them back and forth. Massaging the front belly, the hips, and the low back. And then release the toes. Bring hands right beside your shoulders. Lift to hands and knees. Good. You're just going to roll over onto your back body now. This might be the time that you're putting on your sweatshirt again or you're getting your blankets ready. We've got a couple minutes before we go into final Shavasana, but we'll do some movement from the floor. Reclining down. Lifting the shoulders up and rolling them down the back. Elbows land into the floor. Back of your head rests. And that right knee comes into your chest again. Fingers can lace over the shin, give it a squeeze. Point and flex the toes. Reach the heel to the ceiling. Just notice if this feels different than it did at the very beginning of class. Rotate the leg in space in the air. Nice. And then drop that right heel down on the left thigh and press open that right thigh. Just drawing the knee away from the belly button. Good. And then let that knee swing back towards the belly button and draw it away. You might even have your left fingers on your left hip bone. Don't pull so hard with the right knee that you pull the left hip bone in any way. Yeah. Good. Now we'll take this into a twist by just letting the apparatus of your legs fall towards the left. If you do have a blanket or something present, they might catch the left knee. Your right arm can open beside you. Your gaze can move right. Your breath is reaching down the whole right line of the body from the armpit to the hip. Notice how every exhale has the capacity to just lengthen and release. And then you can inhale and pull everything back up again. Reach the right heel up to the sky and set it onto the mat. The left knee can pull into your chest. Give it a squeeze, pointing and flexing your toe, rolling your ankle. Perhaps reaching that thigh up to the sky, toes pulled down. There's a rotation of the leg in space here. Rotate right and left, inward, outward. You're noticing the difference between now and the first of class. Heel drops onto the right thigh, and then we just imagine that that left knee is a swinging gate. We're pressing that knee away from us. Noticing how far it can go before the right hip feels like it has to lift or pull or be drawn out of its place. The knee comes back towards the belly button and reaches away again. Just let that knee slide forward and back. Bringing it back to center, wherever it's most comfortable. Knees drop right. The apparatus of your legs falls to the right. Your left arm can open beside you. This whole left line of the body, from the armpit to the hip, is softening and lengthening. You notice on every exhale, there's this ability for the space and the length to increase. Like the tightness of the muscles is releasing. Nice work. Next, inhale, those legs can draw back up to center. Lift the right to, or the left leg to the sky and set it down. Good. Both knees pull into your chest. Just give them a little squeeze and roll around on your back body. Sweet. As you're ready now, you can allow those legs to either feet hit the floor, knees tent towards each other, or legs can open to the ends of your mat. You can play around with your hands being on your belly or open by your side. Take your time now to find a position that is comfortable. And soften into stillness. Just let yourself notice if you are regulating your breath in any way. And then allow yourself to sink into whatever natural rhythm of breath seems to be existing in your body. And as you notice the flow of breath come in the body and leave, just imagine the billions of cells in your body, each receiving the gift of your breath. All of the functions of your body capable of withdrawing and drawing out all of the nutrients and usable parts of that air. Infusing that vitality and energy into your body. Think of the interconnectedness of your own ecosystem. You know, each part has a dependence on the other. Each part has a support and a collaboration with the other. And just breathe into that connectivity. Your whole organism, this really intricate, well-designed web. Of communication and cooperation. And just allow yourself to feel that same interconnected web with your community, both locally and globally. As if the intention of each breath you take is to just draw the support and connectivity into greater connection, into stronger collaboration and care. Knowing that every part acts in the best interest of the whole. And in doing so, acts in the best interest of the individual as well. And just allow yourself to have the next few minutes of breath. Allowing yourself a nice deep breath in, a slow, sweet exhale, perhaps even a sigh. Crack a smile onto your face. Knowing that there's always a ripple effect to your actions and your intentions. Bring movement back in, fingers and toes. Big stretches. Oh, I love seeing you all in your homes. Some people just their ceilings. Morning. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Jill.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Bye, Miss Janine.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Jill.
Oh, you're so welcome, everyone. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.